The broadcasting for this television program has been a service of Metro 21. Another Hertzock Entertainment production. BRB Network TV with Brian Hertzock.
Welcome to BRB Network TV's Southern University College of Business, the TV show. I'm your host for today's show, Brian Hertzock, along with Dr. Donald Andrews, the Dean of College Business at Southern University. That will be interviewing Mr. Greg Spann, the Director of the Louisiana Small Business Development Center. Well, let's go ahead and get right into it. Take it away, Dean Andrews.
Thank you very much, Brian. Today we have an exciting program for the viewing audience. We have here with us today Mr. Gregory Spann, who is the Director of the Small Business Development Center at Southern University. And Greg basically does a tremendous job for the College of Business, for the Louisiana Small Business Development Center. Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in terms of being the Director of the Small Business Development Center.
Thanks, Dean. I run the Southern University Small Business Development Center. We're physically located off the campus in order to be accessible to the entire small business community. Our program is funded primarily by the U.S. Small Business Administration. We also receive funding from the Louisiana Economic Development Department as well as Southern University, which is our host university.
Now, what are some of the services that you provide, Greg? I mean, we're in an economic downturn in the economy. What kind of services can you help more or less the small business community with?
Dean, we work primarily with existing business owners. So in this regard, we want to help these businesses grow and develop so we can help provide marketing assistance. If the firm is looking for financial assistance to grow their business, we can explain to them the various loan options that are available and to try to put them in the loan program that would be most beneficial to them. We also help the client develop their business plan, which will help them take a critical, objective look at every aspect of their business.
Greg, what do you find to be some of the problems out there in the small business community with those that are established, and how can we help those businesses grow?
What I found from my experience that oftentimes the business owner has the technical skills to do what they're doing. They know their products or services, but oftentimes the financial management aspect goes undone. And so this is one of the greatest services that we can provide to small businesses in the sense that we can help the client with a detailed step-by-step approach to help them more comfortable with developing formal financial statements in the form of income statement, cash flow statement, and balance sheet, but also more importantly, to help these clients take these financial statements and to run ratio analysis so they can be more efficient in terms of the operation of their business, which will ultimately lead to them being more profitable.
Well, Greg, that sounds like a lot of work there. It sounds like basically you've been doing this for a while. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience in terms of what training you've been doing in terms of your experience and your exposure to actually run these kinds of analysis and help businesses to improve their overall operation?
Well, I started, believe it or not, in the College of Business as an assistant professor teaching various management and marketing courses. I went on to provide assistance to small businesses, primarily women businesses across the state of Louisiana. I returned to Southern University to run the center. I've also taught the entrepreneurship course for a number of years. I've had a lot of professional development training in the form of economic development finance as well as housing finance development. I've had a lot of professional development experience to really work with small businesses for them to understand their financial component of the business better.
Now, you've also had some international experience, I understand. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I've had the fortune to travel to Africa on numerous occasions. In this regard, I've provided small business training to many small business owners in the Ugandan area. I also provided training for the faculty at the Makerere University in Kampala, Uganda. So this has really enabled me to have a greater perspective in terms of some of the international challenges that small businesses face, and this has helped me greatly in my capacity being the director of our center.
Well, Greg, I think you're a little bit modest. I think you've also been to countries such as India. I think you've also been to Armenia as well, haven't you?
Yes, I went to India with the Rotary Group Study Exchange Program. We were on a goodwill mission there for about 5 weeks. I represented the educational component, whereby we talked about the educational system in Louisiana, but more importantly in the United States. I've had the fortune of going to Armenia. I did some limited training for students at the university. And so I guess to some degree I do have a pretty good experience in working with international students as well as small businesses.
Yeah, because we live in a global society now, and I guess small businesses have to know something about international business. You also work with the international center, I think, that you guys have. Could you talk a little bit about that, I think, down in New Orleans?
Yes, our Small Business Development Center network, we currently have 9 centers that are strategically located throughout the state of Louisiana. We serve all 64 parishes. The center that I direct serve East and West Baton Rouge Parish, East and West Feliciana Parish, Ascension Parish, Iberville Parish, and Point Capee. But in our network, we have an international development component whereby clients who are interested in importing or exporting their products can receive general consulting from us, and the international trade component is usually reserved for that particular office. So we've received extensive training ourselves to be a greater service for those clients in the international arena.
Now, the state of Louisiana is about economic development. We're trying to move this economy further in terms of jobs and growth. How does the Small Business Development Centers participate in terms of helping with economic development and growing jobs as a result of businesses?
Well, the main thing we're focusing on is to try to help small businesses, because small businesses is really the engine that helps our economy. And so if we can provide good assistance to clients to help them develop, grow, and expand their business, this enables the business owner to hire more employees. It helps them to get the needed capital, working capital that is, to grow and operate their business. So in this sense, we want to help clients if they're looking for a small business loan to help them with this particular need.
Well, Greg, that sounds like a whole lot there in terms of your training and your experience, and you have a lot to offer the Baton Rouge community. Now, you say you're located and you do training in 7 parishes around the Baton Rouge area. Could you emphasize what those locations are again for us?
East and West Baton Rouge, East and West Feliciana, Ascension Parish, Iberville, and Point Capee. And so we're trying to make a more concerted effort to provide small business consulting as well as training to those small business owners who are either starting or in business in these respective parishes.
Well, Greg, that really is something we want to get into in terms of how people out in the various parishes can utilize your experience and understand more or less what the Small Business Development Center is all about. And basically, we're going to come back in the next segment, and we're going to get into some additional information that's going to really be exciting in terms of some of the success stories that we've had with the Small Business Development Center at Southern University. So basically, we're going to go now back to Brian Hertzock. So it's back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Dean. We'll be right back in just a moment, so make sure you stay tuned to Southern University's College of Business, BRB Network TV.